HiRevz Media is sponsored by Born to Ride Motorcycle Magazine. Check out borntoride.com. Alright guys, so this is the WR250X. Got a few years ago, and Caleb and I got it running. It was a pretty cool video of when we got it as a barn find. And Caleb had it for a while and done some stuff to it. Got some sweet tires on here. Had put a new seat cover on it. It's just been outside and didn't fare well, but some of these pieces I think we can clean back up. And it'll look pretty good, so do some more work to it. But I ended up getting it back from him, and now we're gonna try it. It kind of quit running on him, so I've done a couple things already trying to fix the fuel, and now we're gonna put some battery power on it because it's kind of dying on us, so try that. All right guys, back working on the WR250X, and got a lot of stuff pulled off of it now, mainly just to get the tank up and off. So we got the plug for the tank, got the hose, and I got this back from Caleb, and it was in a no start condition, but you can make it run off of putting stuff directly through the air box, like pretty much anything. You spray gasoline in there, you spray WD-40 in there, you spray starter fluid in there. It would pretty much run on anything but gasoline from the tank. And I put a new injector in, tried a few different things, went through, tried to find out codes, nothing shows up. And Caleb had put on a brand new fuel pump. The fuel pump was acting kind of goofy, and then it was fine for a long time. So I went ahead and pulled everything apart. Pretty simple. Take those two plugs out of here. You got the hose and then the actual electrical plug, and then you've got 6 bolts here that are just Allen heads, and then I got pulling this out. Look at that. So I have not ran this thing in, I don't know, 2 years maybe. And that's the main issue, is that this old fuel line, look, it blew it out so hard that literally, let me see if I can just get it. There it goes. It literally blew the reinforcement out of the fuel line. That's insane. So all of our pressure has been leaving here and not going through the fuel injector, which is why it was being bloop, 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 and acting goofy instead of actually firing and running. So I'm really hoping to get that fuel line switched out, which should be pretty quick. It's just regular fuel injector fuel line, but it's pretty small. And then I've got some old gas that we just poured out of this thing, which actually smells okay, but it's pretty varnished, amber looking. And I don't know how the battery is. So let's look at that. Let's see what the battery does. See if it's got any juice here. Hey, it's doing something. This thing might actually run today. It's been years. I'm so excited about this. So let's get this new line on here. All right, guys, there's our old beaten down fuel line there. There's our new fuel line on there. It's a super hard line, but it is fuel injection line. So it took a little bit to get it on there. But that should be good to go, and I'm gonna throw it all back together. All right, guys, I put about half of that old gas that I had sitting there back in it, and hooked the battery charger up to it because it didn't have enough juice to turn over. Boom, fired right up, no problem. Holy crap. I was checking connections. I've looked all over this bike for 2 years because I thought it can't be that simple, and it usually is that simple. I mean, it usually is. Most things want to run. You just got to figure out what makes them run, and dang, can't believe this thing is finally going. Warming up, going through its cycle, doing like normal. Man, I can't believe it. Uh-oh. No. All right, now let's go. All right, guys, it's running. It's taken me a few years to figure it out, but it's working pretty good, and still looks pretty good. A little more things to button up here and there. Got some rubber hanging out. So takes a couple things here and there, get everything smoothed up and cleaned up. So I'll end up, actually don't look too bad in the rain, but it needs to be scrubbed pretty good, cleaned up. Probably gonna change the graphics and a couple other things, but man, it's nice to have it going again. So if you remember, we got this thing, it was a complete barn find. I mean, it was, you know, I heard about it, ended up buying it sight unseen, and it was literally just covered, and it was worse than what y'all saw because you didn't see it sitting in the barn. You only saw it after it had been on the truck. So it's amazing that it's still, and actually this battery might be dying, but this is the battery that was in it when it was in the barn, which is pretty insane, just covered in junk. So pretty nice to have it going. There goes Pop. Man, so nice to have it going. Man, he's zipping. I will tell you, those enduro style knobbies on a supermotor bike in this rain, wet asphalt, they do not grip good at all. They just slipping, they're slipping, just shifting down. But man, this thing's doing great. I mean, it is running awesome. Doing pretty good, ain't it?
Yeah, real good.
It's running awesome, ain't it?
Yeah,
Like
really good.
It's amazing how good it's just screaming down the road. You were flying.